Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, Adventures with Rhiannon, Kynseed. Let's play Retired Slow Play, part number 19. And I love this intro, so I've been leaving it in lately because it's just so beautiful. And I've got the sound of the game turned down really low because I don't want to get any copyright problems, but it's really beautiful. And you can see I got a few saves here. One of them was a test save when I very first started playing, and then another one I didn't like the way that one was, and so I started another one. And this is the one that I am sharing with you guys. So we are married now, and so until I can get those corn dolls, I've been sending Ash out to adventure for us and to fish for us in places that I need things, and he gets experience, and that's wonderful because he'll start getting better and better. I'm doing fishing specifically, and he's out right now adventuring and not back yet, so we're going to go ahead and do a few things. It's wonderful to have a family in Kynseed because other than just role-playing purposes, where it's just nice to oh, by the way, it is the 4th day of autumn in year number 6. I've been really trying to tell you guys that on the very first day, and I'm doing slightly better. It's wonderful to have a family. I love the mechanisms of the family. I love the idea of a family in a game. It just helps me really get more immersion because that's kind of, I mean, I have a family and I can relate to that. I'm a woman, so I play a female character. I can relate to that. So the family part of it is just something that I find to be really interesting. In Kynseed specifically, you can have them do things. So if all I have now is a husband, then I could either have him do all kinds of chores around the farm, or I could send him off adventuring. The only thing I don't like, and I haven't figured out yet, it seems like he's gone so long, he can't do anything else. And he does need to sleep too. So I don't want him to become unhappy. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that whole mechanism there as far as how long is he gone? Can I get him to do anything else? Don't know the answer to the question. So anyway, we're going to check here. I wanted to review my my offerings, and I had no misfires, which I think had something to do with having the babies. So I don't know. We'll be able to change that on the next draw today. I really like the one increased fish because A, I like to fish, and B, I like to sell the fish, so I need more fish. So when I see some, I want to grab some when I can because I don't want to go a whole week without getting some fish for the shop. And because of my skill, I have an option to get, or opportunity, I don't remember what the chance is, of getting 2 fish. So that's pretty awesome. And it really increases the amount of fish that I get. So awesome here. This is pike in the morning in this river usually. I don't know. Again, I haven't paid attention enough to know, well, what? Is it windy? Or is it every single day? Or what? So it doesn't matter. I grab the fish anyway because I need as many fish as I can get. And usually, if I can get here in time before the shop opens, I go to the apothecary. And today we got a sweet moss. That's something we haven't seen before. So we're getting really cool stuff off of that tree that we wouldn't be able to get otherwise. And man, are we out of stuff. Whew. We got a gore blimey and a ditch, whatever, Chanel something. So I'm like, okay, I don't have much time. Let's just make a couple of potions really quickly that we know how to make. Those I know how to make, this spring whiff, I guess it's called. And I've had many people say they don't like the mini games, but I do. And for the apothecary, I like them just fine. I don't find them too hard to do. You put your ingredient in the thing, you smash it, whatever color it is, you do the coordinating color across, or the one that's on the chart. So this is red, so this is going to be green. You watch your temperature so that things don't get boiling or don't get freezing, and you get it right in there, and it will be done. And there you go. In a second. There's a pause sometimes, and I think that's a game, an issue with the game, but it's okay. So we're going to cure body odor, and we got a 2-star, so spring whiff, that's what it's called. So I was like, okay, good. I got 1, and then the store opened. So it's not good when I don't make it here at night, because I have to kind of cram in here in the morning and try to get something, because if there are things on the shelf, what that does is the employees can just turn right around, grab the item off the shelf, and hand it to the customer, and it's fast, and the customer's happy, the employee's happy, everybody's happy. So By the way, I made 66 yesterday. I'm doing pretty good. All of a sudden here, I'm seeing that Lucy Arrows, she's not, oh, she's, wow. I can't seem to get green-faced employees. I'm not sure what the reason is. When I first hired them, I only was giving them 1 brass per day because that's how it was before a patch came along and changed that. But now I don't know what's going on. So I've got 2 perks. I'm saving them up. Really want to get that delivery. Only takes 2 days. And the price of the boxes are reduced is another one I want to get. The 2 days is great, and then maybe we can do better than that afterwards. I want, because I order so many boxes, it's not the same as the general store where I don't really buy anything, but the apothecary I will be buying because I can't gather as much as I need. Well, there's Lucy. Hi, Lucy. How's it going? What do you need? How can I help you? Oh, she wants a pike. Well, how convenient is that? We just happened to have picked up a bunch this morning, so there you go. So that makes her happy. Thanks. Just what we asked for. 10 brass. We always need money. And okie dokie. Goodbye. And she didn't have any words of wisdom, so that's cool. So we're going to also check our fish market. I call it the fish market. It's not one yet, but it will be. Oh, we lost money yesterday. The day before, though, we made 111. Look at that. So that was kind of cool yesterday. It's doing okay. The shop is doing okay. I would prefer to be doing a lot better, but it will. It will take, hopefully it will. We still are super low on fish. It's just, we just don't have a whole lot yet. I'd stocked it pretty well when we started, but, it just takes time, I guess. And those are selling pretty good. I want to hang on to, I'm trying to hang on to one of everything. Unless it's like a super, super, super common fish, because I know that I'll get one like tomorrow or the next day. But like these firefish, I'm so hesitant to sell them. I don't know if I'm going to need them for twig or whatever. So anything that's super common, bluefish, I've only seen the 3 that I've gotten. I'm hesitant to sell them. I'm going to go ahead and put the eggs in the shop. I don't know. It's just something else that I have extra of. And we could put anything in the shop. Even when it becomes specialized, we could put anything in the shop. It doesn't really matter. And let's see. Corn dolls arriving tomorrow. Okay, good. So tomorrow, go give Ash a break. Let's see what we got here. I don't like to get too many quests so that I have to scroll down to see them, because I'm afraid I'm going to miss one. And I've seen other players that have got just these huge long lists of, they take all the task or their tasks, I guess they're called. They take all of them and then they get to them when they get to them. I can't do that because I won't be able to see them. Then I'll miss them. And then it takes forever for me to find somebody. And I could be walking by somebody 10 times and not have finished the task. Oh, but it's so tempting. Any of these strange flower ones, because they're happy, fun flowers, which I have. Fun flower. If I don't already have them on me, I know where to get them because I put them on the shelf. Let's go see. Let's see. There are 5 fun flowers on the shelf. Also, I'm checking I had forgotten to check if I needed to order anything, and man, I really need to order. I'm trying to keep 20 of everything, but my profits are just going down, and I don't want to start losing money. This shop has been making pretty good money so far, so I kind of want to keep everything stocked up as much as I can. I really need to get out here and adventure some more if I can. That was the yeah, you can see, I do have 7 charmweed. I want to hang on to one. You never know, just in case somebody wants one. And I do have 3 fun flowers. I even have some strong cells and the primrose. Primrose are ones I can't order, but I find them all the time anyway. So that's the lutra, or however you say it. That's a great ingredient to have. All of these are great ingredients to have when you are crafting or making the remedies. And this is the first time I've mentioned it. This episode is, I have in the links of my descriptions, I'm going to start to say that again. In the descriptions of my videos, I have links for helpful things. And one of the things that I use, especially for the apothecary, is a list of attributes of each ingredient. So even if I don't know what an ingredient attribute is, I can go to that list and say, okay, I need something that has insomnia. What ingredients has insomnia as an attribute? So it's going to take forever to get through all of the proverbs. My gosh, I had heard, haven't confirmed this, and I should probably ask a dev, that there's over 900 proverbs. Well, it's going to take forever to be able to make everything that I want to make, right? So you can just throw ingredients in and you may end up with some very bad results that you'd be selling to your customers, or you can use a list like I have had a link to that some awesome player created, and they've been keeping it pretty updated, and they've added more tabs now, not just the ingredients, but other things like fish locations and things like that. And there you go, Edna. I'm so glad. 58 friend points. Oh my gosh, I think that's the most I've gotten of any one single gift. So I wonder why that is. That's crazy. Wow. And that wasn't even a gift. That was a task. Let's try a gift and see what we can get. Oh my gosh. She was so happy. Well, let's just try any old thing. I kind of want to stay away from the apples because we use those for traveling. 21 friend points. But why are we getting so many friend points today? Wow. I thought maybe it was her birthday. She used to be married to Ignatius, and then a young couple moved in, Edward and Holly. Let's just say it was a bit messy. First it was Wandering Eyes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ignatius and Holly can keep each other. He's a sour old goat, and she's a brass digger. Oh my gosh. This backstories of these characters is hilarious. I mean, I don't want to read some of that out loud just because I do know that sometimes kids watch these and we'll just let that go at that. It's not overt, but oh my gosh, that's too funny. And I looked here and I thought there's somebody there in Candlewych West that I have not met. I'm trying to make sure I've met everybody in the Vale. And this is something that I struggle with. I'll mention it here, and by the time you guys see this, I may have gotten it figured out. I cannot figure out how you can tell where's the dividing line between the Vale and Mellowfields and Womarsh. Aside from going to each of these places, I don't understand how I could know that. It's really confusing to me. I guess I need to look at the map closer. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make here is I'm trying to do tasks and gifts for those in the Vale first. I want to be best friends with everybody there. Oh no! And this is not the way to be best friends with somebody. It just went from 2 hearts to none. I'm not trying. Apparently, John Bowes dislikes strawberries. Who knew? I mean, I have been bragging all along that blueberries and strawberries are my go-to gift because so far I hadn't found anybody that didn't like them. Well, guess what? It's 19 episodes in, we find out that John Bowes doesn't like strawberries. Man, it's really windy today. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's wind and rain. And by the way, I love the weather system in this game, probably because I'm a pluviophile. You should look that up. And so the sound of it makes me so peaceful and happy. So when it rains, I love it. And look at the wind. Wow. I love it that the weather system is so dynamic in this game. So it's not windy and rainy all day long. Just like in real life, generally you'll have a storm move through and then it may rain all day sometimes, but not usually. So, this is the crazy cat lady's house. We haven't been in it, I guess. Night milk recipe. And I also saw a book, Cat Care for Beginners. Okay, I'll have to read that later. Again, all of these books go into you hit the I for your inventory and you can see your proverbs and books all in there. And let's talk to Hazelnut for a minute. We're even friends with her at this point. Oh no, I thought I had one of those, a bowing Nancy. I had him in the shop. That's what I get for not checking. I assumed because I'm trying to keep one of everything. Oh, jeez Louise. Yeah. And Betty Scrumpy wants a fun flower. And she's all the way close to our home. So, oh my goodness. Well, we'll have to come back here later, I guess. Ignatius wants a nightberry. I'm pretty sure I have one of those. And so when you move your mouse around, you see the little squares around the various areas. You can see where people live. So I know Betty was down there. I'm not sure where Ignatius is. There he is. The Greens. Apparently lives really close to Teresa. So let's go down there and check that out. So anyways, I'm sorry I'm rambling a bit. Oh, a rainbow mushroom. Love catching those. The wind is just so exciting. It's like, gosh, that's so cool. And the rain, and that's, who knows what we can catch on windy and rainy days. And kind of keeping an eye out for things I can gather. I'm pretty bad about that when I'm rushing along. I don't look at the screen very well. And I do miss things. I used to feel really bad about that when I first started recording. Because basically I play the game first and record the game, and then I go over it with a voiceover, because 2 reasons. One, I want to cut out things that, like if I pause the game and walk away for a minute, I forget to actually pause my recording, and I want to cut out getting lost. Like if I'm lost for 15 minutes needlessly, I don't want to torture you guys with that kind of thing. So I go back and voice over it later and tell you what I did and what I was thinking and share things like that. So because of that, I'm rewatching my gameplay, and I was really feeling guilty about missing things and really feeling embarrassed about it until I started watching a really good streamer. This gal is a power gamer. This one in particular that I'm watching, that I first learned about Kynseed about. I love watching her. She is a power gamer. She powered through this game in less than 100 hours. She, with one character, did a ton. The main storyline, she was almost the highest level of venture. I don't know what they call that. I'm a level 3. She was about the highest level. She owned a whole bunch of shops. She was wealthy. She had a big family. I mean, she had it all in that short period of time. But the cool thing I learned from watching that is that she missed things. So she'd be looking for, let's say, a blood fuse. She would walk right by it. So I felt really good about the fact that I do the same thing. And I think that anybody, if they look back at their own gameplay, would find out that they miss things like that. So it's just embarrassing that I'm letting you guys see it. And of course, I have this overwhelming need to tell you about it. I don't know why. It's just because I get embarrassed by it every single time. So I'm trying not to be. Did you see that chest right there? Some of the families and some of the houses have these codes for these chests. And as you make good best friends with the people who live in the house or live near, because sometimes the chests are not in their house, they're in a location nearby. As you make friends with the people that live there, they will eventually give you the code to that give you a secret code to their chest. And there's all kinds of goodies in there. I mean, all kinds of goodies. I absolutely have been really excited about that. I'm excited to share that with you. We have not seen that in this playthrough yet. It's coming up before long. We'll get there and get that first chest, and you'll see why I get so excited. I don't know for sure how many there are. I know there's lists of them, of how many chests there are. It seems like to me there's more than a dozen. And they have all kinds of things. They have recipes and special items and stuff like that. So that's just really a cool little nugget in the game and something to shoot for. And it gives you a good reason to keep making friends with people. And the thing is, if you are you have to be best friends first, and then you have to keep giving them things to get them to give you the code. And some of them are tougher than others. So kind of keep that in mind. Oh, I'm getting so low on it's so many things. Oh my gosh. And I really hate to order anything else because I don't want to cut into my profit. So kind of like, I don't know. We'll put some more of that in there because we have that, obviously, even if it's only 1 star. So again, that's one reason why I'm trying to make sure that I scavenge as well as I can. Who is that, by the way? Oh, it's Ginger Nut. Okay, it's Hazelnut's mom. That's who that is. Okay, who am I looking for? Betty, Scrumple, and Hazel. No. Nope. Oh, by the way, this is something that took me a while to figure out. If someone is at the counter being waited on, any of the counters on any of your shops, you can't talk to them. You have to wait till they're done. So anyway, it's like, come on out, and walk along. And I can't even click on her. Isn't that weird? Not sure what was happening there. Isn't that weird? I've seen that happen, and I think that's a bug, because I've seen that happen a couple times. Someone has come out, or you've been trying to talk to them, and you have to wait, and you try to click on them, you can't. Which is, I don't think, as far as I know, that should not happen. So, not sure. It's like, moving on. Need to go to Testy Acres for my next task. And we'll just pop on down there. Man, it sure is windy. Oh, hello, everybody. How you doing? So, I'm not, I haven't powered through to make friends with people. I'm kind of doing it organically. I know there's reasons to get on it, and that's okay. We will. I want to remind my new viewers that this is a retired slow play. So while I do have a focus, I do have a plan for what we're going to do and where we're going, I'm not going to power through this. And this is not a speed run. This is not a min-max. This is not a power game. This is a way to relax and enjoy this game. So for my first goals, I want to have a family. I want to be a successful shop owner. I currently own 2 shops, and they're doing okay, but we're going to work on that to make sure that our employees are happy and that we're making good profits every day. So that's the 2 big things that I'm working on. Along with that, I want to be a good citizen, and I want to be friends to the citizens that I come across. I'm focusing on the Vale. Again, we see the Vale there. And making friends with people as we go. Let's see, I'm looking for Betty. So first thing, it's 9 p.m. I'm looking for Betty first. I don't see Betty. Where is she at 8 o'clock at night? Why is she not home? She's not here. So we're going to go ahead and put her flower in the mailbox. And by the way, you get the same amount of friend points. And oh, look at that. Good friend points. That's fantastic. And reputation points. By putting in the mailbox. The only thing you'll miss is if they were going to tell you something, like she'll say, when they say thanks for that, and let me tell you a secret, then you'll have to catch them later to get the secret, whatever they were going to tell you. So that's the only downside, but otherwise it's a great way. If you're trying to run through and make good friends with people, stop by all the mailboxes and just put gifts in them for all of the residents there. Ash has returned from foraging. I just got the notification. So, and I don't know how long he was gone. I really need to pay attention to that so I could figure out when I want to send him. So we will get to that. In the meantime, we want to run down here real quick. You can often find a lot of people in the bar in the evening times if you're looking for somebody in particular. And so I had run in here, but we will see. One thing I just realized it, and I keep forgetting it. I need to go to Candlewych Cottage to see Mother Hubbard, and I need to go to Twanging Gardens and see Marshite so I can raid their gardens. They've got some really good stuff, and if you go, I don't think it replenishes every day, but I really need to make an effort to get there at least every other day to get their stuff. Because that's like a free place. I mean, any place that you may, any person or family that you make good friends with, you can raid their places. But those 2 have some of the best stuff. By the way, I was looking for Hazel, and to give her, I got the item that I needed. And again, just to refresh my memory, I hit the F1, which I guess that's the little fairies come along and show you the way. And it's funny sometimes the ways they go. I had one time a fairy took me right through a cow pasture. I thought, well, that's kind of gross. Oh, she's sleeping. You can give gifts to people when they're sleeping. You can't actually talk to them, but you can gift them. And so sometimes, so I'm going to go ahead and just go to her mailbox and leave the Bowing Nancy in the mailbox, and we'll still get the friendship and the 10 brass. Yes. We are saving our money so that we can specialize our general store. All right. I love it that my tasks are down. You may have seen that Arthur Brown wanted to be taken to a pig auction. And what that was is Most of the people, when I say most because there's a very small list that don't, after you've become best friends with them, they actually give you a very specific quest. And it actually, if you look at the chat history of any given citizen, it will be the only one that's listed on that chat history. The rest of them are just normal conversations, but the last one is a specific quest that does go on your quest log. It does go on your chat history. And once it's completed, then that character's stories are complete. And those are air quotes that you can't see. So once you've done that, you can keep talking to them. You can keep giving them gifts, and they'll keep giving you, tips and things like rumors and things like that. But their story is complete. And so the goal is, if you're trying to play the game or finish the game, and again, air quotes, I don't know if this game will ever be finished for me, but you're trying to complete the story, everyone's stories. And so not everybody is going to have a special thing that they want you to do for them, but Arthur did. And it's interesting that it doesn't complete it for the family, just that one person. So he had a weird thing about pork chops, and that's what that's all about. He wants to go to a pig auction. So we're going to take him. So I was looking at the calendar. It's like, okay, is there a pig auction coming up? Because I don't want to forget that. Because then I have to wait for the next pig auction. I don't know when it is or how often it happens. So anyway, we finished our tasks for the day. And so I thought maybe it would be time for us to head home since I cannot see. It's way too dark. And so there we go. The North Vale is doing the goddess statue travel. The North Vale is kind of the closest one to home, so that's why I usually go that way. So that was my reason for my insanity. And also when I come home like this at night, I try to, if I can see, which sometimes I'm just too annoyed, I go ahead and try to do a little bit of fishing in the 3 different locations on my farm, just because I can sometimes get moonfish from them around midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get some of those moonfish, because they sell good and you can only get them at a certain time. So, and I can't even really see it. I also have this thing about the lantern. I don't want to turn the lantern on. I think it chases the fish off. And I know that's probably a real life thing. And hello, those little flashing fairy lights. They're kind of cute. I know in real life, you don't have lights shining down the water. You don't, you're supposed to be quiet and you're just supposed to fish. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. I don't know that. It's probably an assumption on my part. I probably ought to check it out just to see, so I can see. And all my fruit trees are ready too. All these things to do here in the middle of the night. There is a whistle root. There's one whistle root here. There's also one up by the twig. There's another one close to twig up north there. And if I think of it, and half the time I don't, again, so you saw my superstition. I said, let me turn that light off. Maybe I'll get better luck. I don't want any more weed skimmers. Oh, I do want rainfish. Those sell for really well too, so I want to keep those in stock. And at this point in the game, while I'm just rambling on, I haven't decided if I'm going to buy more shops, and if so, how many and where. I think, I could be wrong, I think the only way to make money on the blacksmith is to actually do blacksmithing. And the mini game is fine. I'm not like jumping up and down over it. I've seen it quite a bit, and I've had to do it some. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet on what shops I want to own. I just started with these 2 in the Vale because they're right across the road from each other, easy to get in and out. And having said that, it's so easy to get around in this game quickly. Right now our fast travel is our goddess statue, so it's really not that big of a deal. In my head, it's like, oh, but that's way over there. Well, that's silly. If I want to be a successful shop owner, then I probably ought to own more shops. They do cost more, but right now I just want to stick with what I got. There's that extra whistle root. And let's check Twig real quick and see if I've got anything I can give him. Ooh, yes we can. He only needed 2 more rainfish. There we go. And we have moonfish, and I forget what the other ones are, minnows maybe. And this one you haven't got any of. And yeah, this one, I don't know. We got a ways to go. Some of the fish on that third one that we just saw, those come from Tir Na Nog, I think. And we haven't even been there yet. So part of these I'm gonna start working on Ash's experience and let him go over there, and he can get those fish for us. That's kind of a slow way of doing it, but I don't care. I got other things I'm doing and managing at the moment. And we got mail. What's our mail? Oh, Edna sent us a gift. Well, that's so nice of you, Edna. What did you send us? And it's a proverb for eels. Ah, it gives you a proverb. See, you can get proverbs, recipes, get all kinds of gifts. And let's see. Oh, look at all these goodies that we got from Ash's adventures. So, as you can see, I'm sending him to Tir Na Nog. Look at his experience level. And it says the highest quality, I don't have any meals to send him with, the highest maximum quality is going to be 1 star. But when he reaches that next level of experience, then the next level will be 2 stars, and then 3. And so that's how we can get higher starred items while we're busy doing other things. So we are a family after all. And see, he's gone. He went off right when I clicked on it. Sometimes he doesn't go away right away. I have noticed that. It's one time I saw he was in bed, I clicked it and he stayed there. It's like, okay, well, whenever you get around to it, if you could head off the Tir Na Nog, that would be super. Like, okay, this morning I want to get down here and get to my apothecary as soon as I can. I should have stopped in here last night, but it was late and I was tired, blah, 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 blah. So, not quite drew today. I think it's the 5th of autumn, and we're just going to keep chugging along and keep working on our goals here and keep our shops going and get our family going. If I'm not mistaken, sometime today we're supposed to have a delivery of those corn dolls. So that would be awesome. And I'm thinking, I'm going right in here and make some stuff. It's 7. I got less than 2 hours to make anything. I know Poppy's got illusion in them. And I know Time has Scent. So we're going to throw those in there real quick. And again, time is passing while I'm doing this. So hopefully I can get a few made. That would be great. And so that my employees can grab them off the shelf and my customers would be happy. More reputation, which would be good. And again, the reputation is for your level. And the higher, obviously, the more points you get, the closer you're going to get to your next level. And then you get to go see the grandmasters and they give you all kinds of nice gifts. And I don't know what the highest level is. I haven't seen playthroughs where anybody's gone to the highest, whatever it is. And I don't know if that will change. So anyway, it's okay. It's all very interesting. It's all very fun. Another Poppy. I only made one to have time. Oh, good. I made it really quick. So I'm checking my ingredient list. Let's do an Easy Go potion. You can see I'm using a venom sac because I do know that that is one of the things that I needed, and the mint. So those are 2 ingredients that I don't know. This game doesn't know what the attributes are, but my list did. So I was able to make this potion. So that's awesome that I can do that. And you don't have to. I mean, you can consider that cheating if you want. I don't consider it cheating. Not if I can throw in random ingredients and make stuff. To me, that's the same. It's the same thing to me as looking at a list. And so I guess there's a thin line, isn't there, between cheating and just exploring the game as it is. So I'm exploring the game as it is. I've got I thought I had my temperature turned all the way down, so it's boiling too hard. I learned my lesson on the ones that have tabs. I like all of the different ones at the top where they have different ways of doing it. The tab ones, I really have to be careful because I have put too much green in so many things because I put 3 full little tab things. So instead, I think, well, I'll try 2 to start off with, and then if it wants another one, I'll give it another one. Because I hate to go back and then put the counter agent in. So I think I was able to make 2 or 3 potions. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's not ideal. It's a little bit better. So we ended up making money yesterday. That's fine. Oh, poor Teresa. Why are you so unhappy, Teresa? I don't know why you're unhappy. Be happy. This is Lucy. Hey, Lucy. How's it going? It's funny. The characters react to your status in the game. For instance, they know when they're married. or had just gotten married. They know when you're a shop owner and they make comments about that. I think that is absolutely fantastic realism and a really nice little nugget. Woe's Day. Oh, something about blueberries on Woe's Day. So that's interesting, which is Wednesday. That's very interesting about that. But there's just so many little things. Parsley. Okay, we got a parsley there. And our tree's got some fruit, if we can see them. They're red and red. I'm not trying to hit you. You got to be really careful. It's so easy to hit people, and it's so easy to hit animals, which is so not cool. You don't want to do that. Double checking here. Somebody wants a pond lurker. Yes, we can do that. And somebody wants a coriander. Ugh. Pappy Cow wants a coriander. Okay. And somebody wants a flagfish, and I don't think we have any of those yet. So let's see. Let's look what we did yesterday. We made 36 yesterday. Again, as long as I'm making profit, then I'm good. So you can see we still, this week, this shows that all of the items that were sold this week. And also we bought something. Someone bought a strawberry from somebody. You have no control over that when you have employees on what they will buy from people. And so again, I'm just putting anything here that I don't think I'm going to need myself. And we've got some rainfish. Do we have any in the shop yet? No, I don't think we do. And I'm not sure. I think I need some, but I thought I already gave the ones to Twig. It's it's one of those things. It's like I know that I could probably write this down on my Microsoft OneNote to keep track, but there's certain things I hate to write down when I can find out via a mechanism in the game. Arriving today at 10 o'clock. Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's like right at 9 o'clock. Okay, what are we looking at? Coriander to Pappy Cow. And Teresa wants a pond lurker. And it's like, oh, I just want to wait until those things come. Do I have a pond lurker? No, I put them all in the shop. Let's grab one. Just one. Shop delivery. And as soon as I started to walk away, the shop delivery came. And then it was like, okay, well, where? And then I remembered, it's here. Here's the funny thing. Do you see there were 20? I just ordered 10. So what that means is I already had 10 corn dolls in the shop. I just ordered 10 more. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing because having babies is it's very strange. And you may need a heck of a lot more than one. Trust me on that. That's one reason why I ordered 10. But I'm really kind of glad that I accidentally ordered 2 batches, so I have 20. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's another good reason to have the shop is that you can order things like that. Any of these shops. If you have the blacksmith shop, if you need a special kind of ore, eventually you can order it from the shop and take it out of the inventory. So that's what I just did for that particular item. If you do nothing with your shop, if you buy one and never open it, you can order corn dolls in massive quantities, which you're going to need. I shouldn't say that. You might get lucky on the first time, but it depends on how many kids you want. It depends on lots of factors. So we get to that when we go talk to Ash when he gets home. We will explore that and talk about it a little bit more. I was happy to pick up those pond lurkers, 3-star, no less. Well, hello there, Teresa. How you doing? And she wanted that pond lurker, so we're going to give her one of those. And thank you so much. Just what you asked for. Get the brass for it. And the 20 reputation points. That's awesome. And they got a little baby girl here, and we're going to give her a little gift. This is Rosemary Brown. We have no idea what she likes. Thankfully, nothing good. We didn't hurt our reputation. Oh my gosh. And she's a little cutie pie. And I think I've mentioned this before. It's kind of interesting that they have a child during your 5 years that your Fairweather stole. And those 5 years, everybody's game will have a baby then. And I don't know what she had her exclamation mark. She didn't want anything. And they have different names. It's random. So I've got 2 games that I've played to this point, and this one is Rosemary. The other one is Saffron, and I love it on the Discord channel. People talk about the names of that child that is born. So it is random, and I think that is so fun and so very cool. Because if you have different saves, you are going to have different names for that that baby that's born. So anyway, I'm rambling. So anyway, as you can see, I'm constantly checking my task lists. I don't want to miss something. I think I have a coriander, which I can take to Pappy Cow, and I set my that away, which is a really great mechanism as well in the game. If you click it and you choose. So if you're playing on PC, you hit the F1 and it shows you which way to go. So I really like that. I don't use it as much as I get more used to the game. Where did it go? Oh my gosh, look, it went right through her house. Isn't that funny? It takes you on interesting paths. But since I happen to be at Mother Hubbard's, let's stop and get some coriander and get the fruits off of the bushes. Oh, look at that. I'm now journeyman on my skill. So that's going to help. And we're going to grab these things that we can't. Oh, good. There's apples and pears here. So we're going to grab those real quick as well. And of course, apples are used for traveling with the goddess statue for fast travel. So they're good to have. And now we're at Cowpat Farm. And since we're here, let's grab some fish. Look at that. Hit it right on it. I love it when I can hit it right on the fish. It's so satisfying. It's like, yes. Oh, it's so funny to compare fishing in this game. In another game similar that's been compared to this game, which is Stardew Valley, which I do love Stardew Valley, and I'm also doing a playthrough on it. I hate with a great passion the fishing in Stardew Valley, especially in the beginning where your skill's low and it's just a real pain in the neck. I don't like it. But you have to if you're going to play the game and you want to complete the game and things like that. But I just hate it so much. And then compare it to this, where I absolutely love it. So and I think it's because it's so easy and there's so many satisfying things that happen. Oh, look at that. A whole bunch of friendship points with Pappy Cow. So, all right. And some reputation too. So awesome. And so anyway, it's just, I think it's just so easy. And your skill goes up and you get a tougher fish. And the only complicated thing, I guess, if you want to use that word, is that the certain fish can be caught in certain places, certain types of water, certain days, certain weather, certain seasons. So those things, if you're looking for one in particular, then you're gonna have to either figure that out, get the proverbs, or look it up somewhere. Otherwise, oh good, I found it's called Bad Manner is the Pappy Cow homestead thing. And so that's the only thing on that. I did want to mention, since we just come across the homestone, at first it confused me on why the homestones are not named after the families. And then I realized that as time goes on, the families die out and they will change. So, and people move and marry other people. So it wouldn't make sense to name a house after the people that live in it. So for instance, Ash, he moved out of his parents' house and lived down in the burial grounds until we got married. Now he lives in my house, or our house, I guess. So that I realized that the house doesn't change. The people inside the house will change in time. What I'm looking for is a pig auction, which is tomorrow. And it's also Toby Jug's birthday, 56th birthday, it says. By the way, the villagers live a lot longer than we do. It's kind of like not fair, but whatever. So we're going to need to be able to take Arthur to that pig auction, and I wanted to double check that. And while I was here, just grabbing some fish. I can't wait till we make best friends with these people so we can grab all of their fruits and vegetables off of their farm. The only thing you can grab until you're best friends with everybody would be as you can see, you get permission granted where you can grab other things. Until then, you can get the eggs if the chickens drop them as you pass by. And they don't always. And I haven't figured out the whys of that. I don't think it's the goddess boon or curse where it's no eggs laid. I don't think that's it. So I'm not sure why that happens sometimes. So because there's chickens there right by the apothecary, and sometimes I'll get eggs from one of them but not the other one. So I don't know what that's about. I'm not sure if it's a random thing. I haven't figured it out. I haven't looked it up. And honestly, I don't care. I'm getting more than enough eggs for what I currently need. So anyway, I think we've gotten everything that we can get from this area, and I didn't see any more things I can scavenge. And of course, in the fall time, it's a little hard to see some things that are the same color, or yellow, for instance, because everything in this screen I'm looking at right now is yellow. So if I'm looking for something, I've got to look a little bit more careful there. So no big deal. As I'm walking along and feeling pretty good about all the tasks that we've completed. I got my list down quite a bit. And again, that makes me feel better because I hate scrolling. And let's see, it's 5 p.m. And let's go take a quick look. We've made 128 brass today. So overall, this shop is doing very well. Basically, and I've already got Gore Blimey and Ditch Channel 8, Chanel A number 8 or whatever it is. So we need to make some stuff. So really, it would make better sense to hang out at the shop until it closes and go ahead and make as many things as I possibly can, and give up some of these ingredients I'm holding on to, because I hate to order more stuff. It really does cut into that profit. By the way, they haven't paid the employees yet today, so that's going to cut into that profit as well. But still, I'm making decent money, and that makes me happy. And as I've said before, as long as the shop is not losing money, then I'm good, because we're getting reputation, and reputation is really everything in this game if you want to advance. And I want to advance in my own slow time. It will take time, but that's okay. I'm giving up some things I'd really rather hang on to, but I know I'm going to be crafting, and I know I need stuff for that. So I thought, let's just put these things in here, and we'll get more. We'll get more. Hopefully nobody will ask for a strong stell. If they do, I can always come back here and get one. And that was sweet moss we got from off the tree out there. I only have the ones. I'm going to hang on to it. I really want to kind of hang on to everything if I can, and I hate to give those things up. Ugh. So anyway, that gives us a bunch of good ingredients, and I think I'm going to hang out here until the shop closes. And again, I'm looking. I don't want to make any Gore Blimies. I've got 2 of those, so pretty much anything else is game. And you can see that even as Teresa took an order, the store closed, and so I can run back, and so I was ready to go. As soon as that happened, I went back here, and I want to make as many things as I can. I don't have anywhere to be or anything to talk to, anyone to talk to. I don't have any tasks. My tasks for tonight is to make as many remedies as I can with the ingredients that I have. So we're going to make potions, pastes, and powders are the 3 things that you can make. And I don't have any, like I mentioned before, I don't have any trouble with these. Sometimes I mess up, and that's okay. If you mess up a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I can handle this pretty well. So I'm going to do my regular disclaimer that I do have 2 baby kittens. The 2 baby kittens are noisy baby kittens, and it's almost impossible. I oftentimes start recording when they're sound asleep, and they very quickly decide to wake up, and when they do, they're into everything. So I have had to stop this recording multiple times to chase them off my desk, to get them to stop chewing on things. And we got one little guy that's he is a crazy little guy. I've got pictures of them on my main page in the community tab. By the way, while I'm mentioning that, that community tab is a very big important part of my channel. What I do on there, aside from posting the occasional pictures of my beautiful kitties, I do polls so my subscribers can give opinions about things that I really want your input. I also am doing that if I'm going to make a change, like I'm going to change a game, add a game, pause a game, whatever the case may be, that announcement will be on the community tab. The other thing that I've started doing is I'm creating a what's coming next week video. It's a very short video. Usually it's just a handful of minutes long, and it's talking about the highlights of the upcoming videos for the following week. On Saturdays, I post that on my community tab. So only people that click on the link in my community tab can see it. So you guys get a first up. And then on Sunday, I make that a public viewable video. So go to my community tab to keep an eye on all of those things. The About tab has my current upload schedule. So right now I am doing Stardew Valley on Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. American Eastern Time. And I'm doing Kynseed on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. American Eastern Time. That is my current games that I'm playing, my current upload schedule. So that's what's going on. And that's a great place to keep tabs if you want to keep tabs with me. So that's what we're doing there. So I really appreciate if you check that out as well. And while we're on the subject of my channel, I really appreciate your subscriptions. They mean so much to me. I check that subscriptions every single morning as part of my morning routine while I'm having my tea. It's like, oh yes, I have another one. And I'm so excited. So each and every one of you are very important to me. I'm doing this for myself, but I'm also doing it for my subscribers. And you guys give me validation that I'm doing something that you find interesting and valuable. So thank you so much for taking the time to show your support in all the various ways. So I do appreciate you so much, truly. So anyway, don't get me all sappy on that. So as you can see, we're just working as quickly as we can. I'm trying to look at going between my recipe book and my ingredients list that I have up on my other monitor to see what ingredients that I have that I can make anything. Everything will eventually sell, and the more I have, the better. I probably shouldn't made another Gore Blimey. I think I already have 2 on my shelf. I'm not sure. I get excited when I find I have this ingredient. This is the creams mini game. So basically put your pan over there, turn on the burner on the left. You can see actually see your ingredients in the little window there. And you just keep stirring until it says very runny. And this is really tricky, especially when you have it going so fast as I do. The other side is wax that you add to it to thicken it up. And you do hold your mouse down and kind of stir around as you go, and it goes from perfect. Oh, that's what you're shooting for. I love it when that happens. So I had got perfect Gore Blimey, meaning that's going to help it increase the quality. 4-star Gore Blimeys. I was so excited when I get 4-star. They sell for more, so that's awesome. And we'll just keep going here until it is too late or we're too tired or run out of ingredients. But I will feel better because the shop is going to do better. This is the powder, which is the easiest one. You just make sure you chop each ingredient, then back and forth with your mouse to kind of slice everything up. Then it goes in the mortar and pestle, and you basically click your mouse and you just shake your mouse around until you don't see any more bubbly, powdery things coming up. And so I think it takes like 4 times of doing that till you can get it to the point where it becomes a powder. And we made a pep powder, which cures strained. So if you're strained, you can use that. 2-star, not too shabby. It's 10 p.m. And I want to see how we're doing here. Doesn't that shelf look a heck of a lot better than it did when we got here? So much better. Let's look at what we've done here. We made 80 profit today after the pay. Mentioned that we had pay of our employees, and so very good. I don't want to order anything because I don't want to cut into that profit tomorrow. Then I thought maybe we have time to make a couple more things depending upon if I've got the ingredients. One thing you can also do is you can look at your shop manifest of all the things that were sold, and you can see what's selling. And I don't know how that's determined. I don't know if it's because I have it already on hand. I don't know if it just so happens that they want more burned, cures burns or whatever it is. I don't know the reason for that. So I kind of just make sure I have something of everything on the shelf that I am capable of making, and then we'll see how it gets sold. Oh, please give us better. That's good. Oh, I didn't quite make perfect. And Ash Brown has returned from foraging. So he's back home. And, oh, look at that. A 4-star burn. Cures burn. The burnout cures burns. So I was so excited when I saw that I had done 4-star. So we're getting better, or better ingredients, or a combination of the two. And I thought, you know what, let's make another one. This is burnout. I have growth and healing ingredients here, so we're going to pop them in there. And another cream we're going to make, and we'll see how we do in this one. I do okay on this most of the times. Sometimes I get it perfect. Sometimes it's just good, and then I'm sad. But I'm trying to watch there. It's very runny. I got another drop in there before I caught it, so I don't know if we're going to make it perfect on this one. Again, that just increases the overall quality. It's the ingredients and your mini game performance. And we didn't make perfect. I think it's because I got too much of the ingredients in it. So that's okay. Let's see how we do. We have pretty good ingredients. A 4-star. So yes, absolutely yes, we'll take it. And let's see, it's 11 p.m. I wanted to check and look at that. Now that looks so much better than when we got here. We've got that arriving tomorrow, and oh, I guess we're going to have to order some Bowing Nancy. I'm just not getting enough. And a sunflower. Man, I hate doing that. But at the same time, I really want them to have the ingredients, because if they don't have the right ingredients for any remedies that the employees are trying to make, then they make a placebo. And you got a 50-50 chance of that placebo making your customer happy. If not, then your reputation can go down. I had been running around getting some fish, so I wanted to reload everything that I could. And wow, these rainfish sell really well. I had some in there already and they sold. So, okay, we'll just put everything in that we possibly can. That looks much better. And I wanted to double check also, what am I looking for? I need some more moonfish. I think that's minnow in the middle. And there's a whole bunch here, which we can't quite get yet. And there's a whole bunch there. There was even some there in places that we cannot even access. So that's okay. We will get there. What I was checking to see if I can sell things. I hate doing that. Moonfish seem to sell really well. I still don't know if I'm going to need those firefish. I don't know what the next level of requested fish is going to be. So I'm really hesitant to put things on here that I don't know what they are for sure. I don't know if I'm going to need them for sure. Wouldn't it be awful if I sold them all and found out I needed 15? Not good. So it's midnight, and I thought maybe it's time to go on home, and we can see what Ash has brought us. But in the meantime, I thought, oh my gosh, there's fish along here. It's so tempting not to fish here. And I think it's time for eels, yes. And they sell pretty good, and I don't have a whole lot in the shop. So we'll go ahead and grab those, and at least a couple of them, the easy ones. Again, I can't really see. It's so dark. And yes, I know I can use my lantern if I so desire to use my lantern. But, you know, if I'm just following a pathway and I'm not looking for something, I don't see the need to turn it on or anything. So home again. And I want to run up here and see if we can get some more. Oh, look at this. I got fruits ready. I wanted to see, oh, and the trees are ready. It's like, oh my gosh. And there's fish in the pond. How about a whistle root? Yep, whistle root's ready. How about a nightberry? Nope. I always forget to figure out when the nightberries are there, which season, which weather. I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. So I just check it every time I think of it. At some point, I think Marshite asks for them, or asks for the nightberries, so I really need to stay on it a little bit better than I am. So it's like, okay, I think there's a fish in there. And really what I had done is I just got up really close on my screen and leaned forward and thought, okay, there is fish in there. And you guys need to get on my fishing rod, please. Sometimes they're easy to, even these regular weed skimmers, they can be easy to catch, and sometimes they're not. They nibble and run away, which really annoys me. So I thought I need to make it a really good habit, which I don't have. Every single time that whistle root is ready on the farm, I need to run up here to Dreamer's Nook and get the one that's up here, because I forget. And that would give me 2 whistle roots. So, I mean, that's 2-star, 2 whistle roots, so that's pretty awesome. And of course, there's a little pond right here. Maybe we'll get some moonfish. It's 2 a.m. I'm not sure how late we can catch the moonfish. And they really sell for quite a bit, so I really want to kind of get a hold of them if I can. And this is a good place to get them. And your little pond down there is a good place. But not sure. I'm kind of looking around and squinting and thinking, okay, I'm not seeing any. It's already 3 a.m. Like, oh my gosh, let's get home and get our game saved. Anytime you sleep, it saves your game at 6 a.m. Rather, anytime you sleep, it saves your game. If it is 6 a.m., it will automatically save your game. If you never sleep, it will save your game once a day at 6 a.m. Now the new change, the last change that they put in, was they put these little campfires around. You can sleep at the campfires for an hour and it will save your game. The way the save games work is you have a save that you're playing, and that you cannot save in different places of that save. So it's very much like Stardew Valley in that you have a save game that gets saved at a certain time. It's very like, if you know that game, it's like that. So anyway, it is 4 a.m. I wanted to check and see. Oh, look at all the goodies we get from Tir Na Nog. Yes, yes, yes. Fun flowers and all kinds of goodies. So I really need to pay attention to when I'm sending Ash away and when he comes back. He's got halfway through on this certain level. I don't have any food. I need to make him some foods. Poor little guy. I need to get him some foods that helps his skill a little bit. And I've sent him off, and now we're going to sleep. And it's 5 a.m., so I'm just going to sleep for 1 hour. And that way it'll save the game. And that's going to be the end of our episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you already haven't done so. But the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.